Okay, it's August 6, 2022, and we are leaving the Rock, Gibraltar. What a stunning place. Now, we hiked from one end to the other of this place, and quite frankly, we're feeling it today. This is, that was a lot of climbing and descending, but we really feel like we saw a lot of what Gibraltar has to offer. As we go around the back side of the mountain, you'll get a pretty good view of some of the gun emplacements and some of the tunnel entrances that Gibraltar has. There's a few. And I can only imagine what it would be like to be on a ship and you got to fire your guns into this big chunk of rock and you say, these guns are going to do nothing against this place. And I think you'd be right. I don't know if you can see this or not, and I will try to zoom in. Not very good at zooming in. But just below that building there, to the left of it, there's a dock with an entranceway to the caves. So they can get, during World War II, they can get stuff right into the caves, right there at sea level. You can park a boat there and bring stuff, and they're not caves, I'm sorry, they're man-made tunnels. This whole rock has tunnels, 30 miles of tunnel inside this rock. A lot of it's still controlled by the British military. A lot of those tailings that you see are from the digging out of the tunnels. But they also built an airport with the tailings from the tunnels, from digging out the tunnels. They built a whole airport runway. So they've added to the land. Okay, good morning. Welcome back to SV Just Dreaming. So, these are propane tanks. That one there was empty. And this is a butane tank. We've never run our boat off of butane, and this is just for the cooking stove. And there's only one guy in all of Europe that knows how to refill a propane tank. So we had to come to Marabella, Spain, and I'm sure that's not how they say it, in order to refill the propane tank. Real nice guy. Wish I could say the same for the Marina and the city. So we made a reservation to come here and stay in the Marina. We wanted to stay for a couple days, explore the town. Looks quite nice. And they said, "Oh yeah, okay, we got your reservation. Come on in. Make sure you're here by 7 p.m. And we were there at 5:45, and they waved us off and they said, "You don't have a reservation." Of course, I double checked to make sure we were at the right marina, and we were. The guy in the morning that I talked to spoke perfect English. The guy in the afternoon didn't speak a word of English. He wouldn't even look anything up to see if we did have a reservation. So that's the way that ball bounces. So we anchored just out here basically, and in the Mediterranean with no protection whatsoever. Luckily, it was not a windy night, but it was still very rolly. The sea looks very calm, but it's really not. I mean, it's always got waves. So anyway, so much for Marabella, but we did get a butane tank with all the fittings to convert to our United States stuff, and he's the only guy that was going to be equipped to help me out with such a thing. I couldn't figure out what they used for fittings in the United States. I had to wait till I got over here. Like so many things. You know, it's available here, it's not available in the States. You know what's not available here? A regular 110 volt plug or anything that we use in the States for electricity. I mean, it's just, you can't buy it, and creates a problem for me. So before coming over here, make sure you're loaded up with all the electrical plug-ins and things that you might need to make your boat operate. But yeah, this is actually quite scenic, very pretty. Marabella. Too bad we couldn't go in town, explore a bit. Bye. Well, welcome back to SV Just Dreaming. Day 2 out of Gibraltar. Now I'm having a hard time saying Gibraltar. Gail's been having a hard time all along.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So anyway, we got the curtains down because the sun has been blazing. And finally, it's beginning to set. Hot day in the Mediterranean. All right, I think we're gonna do like a 600, 700 mile run. We're gonna try to go past Barcelona. We're gonna try to get up almost to northern Italy or southern France. And there's a marina up there that's very promising. The marinas down here are a little hard to get along with, and that's fine, because we're really trying to get to Italy and France. So we've kind of done the whole Spanish-Spain thingamajig. Just thought you'd like to see that sun going down. I know I'm loving it. I have been washing the rust and filth off this deck all day. Don't know if it'll show up, but actually the last marina we were in would not allow us to wash the boat, and I haven't actually washed this boat since November, before we got to Fort Pierce. So it's a, you know, as far as that goes, it's a fairly low maintenance boat to keep it looking half decent. But anyway, now I see all the stains and everything on the deck, and so I'm working on it, getting the rust stains off. When I put those straps on the 4 corners of the boat, they rusted like crazy and dripped rust all over the boat. So anyway, it's just hard to keep this thing up. That's really about it. I can't tell you the name of the place we're going to. I haven't memorized it yet, but I think it'll be very cool. They have 5,000 slips for boats. So their guarantee is that they have a place for you. And let's see, we will hold them to that, actually. I even cleaned the solar panel area. I'm gonna get up there with some treatment, polish them up. Yeah, lot to do, No wind, motored all day. Motored all day yesterday. We got to the marina we were supposed to have a reservation at, and they turned us away. And you know what? They probably did us a favor, because they just basically said, you know, we need to get going. It's the 10th of August, and our visa expires like the 20th of September. Of course, this is going to help extend that a little bit. So we might get like an extra 10 days So it might be the 30th of September before we have to leave the European Union. Which would be fine. Then we will start heading for the Canary Islands, for Grand Canary. And then we prep for our trip back to, or over to the Caribbean. And then about 2,000–3,000 miles after that, we get back to Florida. So anyway, that's what's going on. We got a full moon night coming up. Gonna be beautiful. Looking forward to that. We'll see you tomorrow. One last look at that sunset. I know I won't get a flash, no, but still a pretty sunset. Pretty foggy, smoggy, whatever.
It is sunset officially now.